welcome to Intermissions, your backstage pass to On the Air with Florenza. You'll experience bloopers, outtakes, surprises, and all the laughter in between. Intermissions is unscripted, unfiltered, and undeniably Florenza. So put your hands together to welcome today's guest to the show. Thank you so much, Joni, for joining me for this episode of On the Air with Florenza. And particularly, thank you for our offline chat because that was an interview in itself. So we're going to dive in with our toast. And for those who are just joining us, initially, Joni had water, and then she educated me that that is sacrilegious in the Italian community and that one must never toast with water. So I'm putting you all on notice. If you come on this show, you better don't have water.
Cheers. Thank you
Cheers.
so much for having me.
Okay. And now what are you drinking as you sip?
Wine. It's like sparkling wine.
Oh, so
5 o'clock somewhere.
it is. I say 6 a.m. somewhere.
Yes.
So mine is a combination. I started out with a strawberry margarita with extra vodka, extra tequila. And then I walked by a sangria and I thought, it's liquid. Let's throw them together. So it's a
Oh, how is
sangria.
it?
You know what? It's really good.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like your glass too.
It matches my classes. Yes.
You're funny.
I know. I am. So we are talking about your very intriguing book, Vatican Daughter. And listen, first, tell us a little bit about you, and then I am going to dive right in head first with this book because I am so intrigued.
Thank you. Well, I'm a retired registered nurse. I married a doctor, so you can't really work and be married to a doctor because they're never home. And I had 3 kids I had to take care of. So I quit nursing, although you never really quit it because people are always flocking to my house.
Ding
What do
dong.
you think this is? I got a rash. So, oh, you took your sister's penicillin. That could be why. Oh yeah, I get everything. Anyway,
I
so
have a book idea for you though before we even get to the last segment of this show.
okay, fire away.
I really think you should write a book called The Day in the Life of a Retired Nurse and a Florida Community. Just with the antics that you told me, with people knocking on your door and the whole what is this and I got a rash and can
I
I
need
think
to have a pen name though.
you absolutely need a pen name. That's super easy. Listen, I got 4 of them. You should write that book in or do a podcast
I
that
want to do a podcast, but I have no clue how to start.
we
But
will talk about. Listen,
okay,
offline, I'm going to
slice of,
send that to
slice
you.
of life. Well, because I'm a New Yorker, born and bred, and moving here.
Yes, you can do it like from the, oh, it would be hilarious because just from what you told me before we came on the air, my brain was like, oh my God, she's got like 10 books in there. I hope she knows it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy here. Not to
So,
mention the medical situation down here. Whoa, they'll kill you.
ooh, yeah, that's
Ooh.
a whole different,
People ask me where did you go? Like if you're sick, I said the airport.
the airport.
Oh, God.
That's hilarious. Okay, so we've come to the part of my show that I have titled Last Call. So
Okay,
take a sip because you're going to need it. Mm. Ooh, that was a gulp.
you're
Okay.
right.
So these are just a series of rapid fires. Don't
Okay,
think too hard. Just shout out the first thing that comes to your
got it.
mind.
You got it.
Okay. What's your favorite Italian dish?
Let's see. I don't eat meat, so I eat, I guess, just pasta. Like I make this amazing gnocchi, burrata cheese.
Ooh.
cherry tomato concoction. That's
Throw in some spinach and mushrooms, and I am all
right.
in.
Fish, spinach. I forgot the spinach.
Oh,
Mushrooms I'll add next time.
yeah, I'll be right over. If you
Okay.
could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be?
Um, let's see. Who would it be? Pushkin,
Oh,
the author. I love
okay.
his that none of it is finished. I actually started a short story reviving Pushkin where because I went to Russia and that was an interesting experience. Went to Moscow and then took the overnight train to St. Petersburg, which I highly do not recommend.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, oh, maybe the ghost of Pushkin appears, to a
Yeah, yeah.
journalist. Have a conversation.
Ooh, very
Yeah,
nice.
we're
Very
all like,
nice.
I have all these things started, so I have to live very long time to finish
Yes, just to finish them. But that's a good goal to have for longevity because it is you've got something to look forward to, right? So,
them.
um, what's the last book you read that completely captivated you?
Oh, I'm reading it now. It's called The Immortality Key. Don't ask me the author.
The
I
Immortality.
Key. It's
Ooh,
fascinating. Fascinating. I'm reading it for research and I have to put it away and go back to it because it's just
ooh, I'm gonna add that to my list. Something for me to read
it's
during my
very enlightening.
20-hour flight.
And
Yes.
I'm using it for research on the next book, but I'm really scared that Dan Brown's book coming out in September is in the same vein. And so
Well, build on that. Utilize that connection, man.
I
Listen,
don't know.
there's nothing new under the sun. Just put the cherry on top of his whipped cream. Call it a day.
Yeah, that's
If you weren't a writer or a nurse, what career path would you have chosen?
acting.
I could see that.
Yeah,
That would be great. Yeah.
that's you cool.
Yeah,
Thank
I could see that. What's a little known fact about you that others may seem surprised to know?
you. I'm a gourmet cook. I went
Ooh,
to the French culinary for like 2 weeks. Everybody was so obnoxious. And I said, I saved lives, people. Like, who cares? That was a whole like whatever. They went out of business. Well, they deserved it.
I
Oh,
think you need to add being a comedian to that list.
yeah, people do that. People told me to write funny. It's very hard to write funny. I get it in there, little snippets,
Yeah.
but to write a whole like thing, a whole
Yeah. No, you definitely need humor to carry the story, but yeah, to do a whole like
no,
a
yeah.
rom-com or
I
something. Yeah.
can do it. I mean, I was like, there's no humor in academia, so
Yeah.
I would just blurt these things out, and they thought it was, oh, you should write funny, and
Invented your own segments of Tourette syndrome going just to keep you going.
exactly. Oh God. Yeah.
What's your go-to comfort movie or TV show?
Oh, stuff like oh, I just I just rewatched Northern Exposure,
Yeah.
which I didn't appreciate the first time,
Yeah.
it's on Amazon. So, because I'm here by myself, so I need to veg out
Yeah.
sometimes. So, yeah, I was watching that. I watched, of course, all 35,000 se seasons of what do you call it? ER,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know. So Juliana Margulies went to Sarah Lawrence, you know.
Now that's surprising because my husband served 31 years active duty army and he refuses to watch anything that has anything to do with the military. And if he watches it, he is such a buzzkill because he's like, that's
Oh,
not factual. That would never happen. Your
that's kind of
uniform is not correct. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
that's kind of what I do, but my husband's worse because he's like,
He's a doctor.
this is so stupid that could never happen, which is true. So I mean, you don't do brain surgery in the ER without a mask on, But
You can do it
Hollywood,
on a train.
of course, on the tracks.
Oh, where are the listeners able to follow you and engage with you?
Instagram I'm on. I don't know. I need a podcast, like you said. I have a
Going to
website.
work on that. Hmm.
I have a website and technology is not my strong point, but I grew up with typewriters and whiteout,
Yep.
the land, different
Hmm.
times. Mhm.
Yep. And when I heard you talk about the typewriters that you had to put the quarter in, I remember those. Oh, yes, ma'am.
20 minutes, hurry up.
Yes.
I type
I
fast.
actually I program computers using key cards, data cards, and where
Wow.
one program was like 1,000 cards, and God forbid you drop them because they weren't numbered. Like you had to deliver them in the stack, and if something happened and you tripped and fell, forget it. You had to start over. So, but
Yeah.
that gives us perseverance.
Right.
That gives us adaptability.
Yeah.
Yes. And we know how to roll with it because look,
Thank
get
God
too
for
much
like
feather.
YouTube videos and, you know,
Yep.
they don't
Yep.
always work, but,
Yeah.
it's try learning experience.
Well, thank you, Joni.
Not
This has
dead
been,
yet,
yeah, this has been so much fun.
So much fun. Thank you so much. You're
You're
awesome.
welcome. And this wraps up our episode of Intermissions, your backstage pass to On the Air with Florenza. Be sure to check out the full interview for this author as well as others on Florenza's podcast, On the Air with Florenza. And until next time, cheers.